Give me a second while I confirm the stream. Okay, the stream has been confirmed. Good afternoon. Welcome to New York City Council's remote committee hearing on land use. Everyone, please turn on your video at this time. Silence all electronic devices. All written testimony can be submitted to landusetestimony@council.nyc.gov. Again, that is landusetestimony@council.nyc.gov. Thank you, Chair Salamanca. We're ready to begin.
Thank you, Sergeant of Arms. Good afternoon and welcome to the Committee on Land Use. I am Councilmember Rafael Salamanca, Chair of this committee. I would like to welcome my esteemed colleagues who are joining us today. We've been joined by Council Members Bottcher, De La Rosa, Hanks, Kagan, Christian, Lewis, Moya, Chair Riley, Rivera, Sanchez, Schulman, Majority Whip Brooke Powers, and Minority Leader Berardi. I'm sorry, and also Chair Lewis. I would like to thank Chair Lewis and Chair Riley for their work on our two subcommittees. Today, we will vote on a number of applications referred out from our two subcommittees. But before we begin, I would like to recognize the committee counsel to review the hearing procedures.
Thank you, Chair Salamanca. I am Arthur Ha, counsel to this committee. Council members who would like to ask questions or make remarks should use the Zoom raise hand function. The raise hand button should appear at the bottom of your participant panel or at the bottom of your primary viewing window. Chair Salamanca or I will then recognize members to speak. We ask that you please be patient. If any other technical difficulties arise today, Chair Salamanca will now continue with today's agenda items.
Thank you, Council. Today we will vote to approve LUs 13 and 14 for the Castle 3107-111 East 123rd Street project submitted by the Department of Housing and Preservation and Development pursuant to Section 197C and 201 of the New York City Charter and Article 16 of the General Municipal Law. The applications request approval of an Urban Development Action Area designation, an Urban Development Action Area project for such, and a disposition of a property to a developer to be selected by the HPD, and the grant of a special permit pursuant to zoning resolution section 74-903 to modify the requirements of section 24-111 to permit the allowable community facility floor area ratio of section 24-11 to apply to a non-for-profit institution with sleeping accommodations in an R7-2 district. These actions will facilitate the proposed construction of a new 15-story building in Councilmember Richardson Jordan's district in Manhattan. We will also vote to approve LUs 15, a proposed fifth amendment of the East New York 1 Urban Renewal Plan in Councilmember Barron's district in Brooklyn, submitted by the Department of Housing and Preservation and Development pursuant to Section 505 of Article 15 of the New York State General Municipal Law and Section 197C of the New York City Charter. The application requests approval of an amendment to allow residential development on a site previously designated as open space. We will vote to approve the modifications LU 16 and 17 related to property at 97-04 Suffolk Boulevard in Speaker Adams District in Queens. This proposal seeks a zoning map amendment to rezone an existing C4-5X district to a C6-3 district and a related zoning text amendment to establish an MIH program area within the special downtown Jamaica district. A modification will be to strike MIH option 2 and to add the deep affordability option. We will also vote to approve the modifications LUs 26 and 27 related to 98-81 Queens Boulevard proposal in Councilmember Schulman's district in Queens. This proposal seeks a zoning map amendment to rezone an existing R7-1 district to an R8X/C2-4 district and a relating zoning text amendment to establish an MIH program area. Our modifications will be to strike MIH option 2. We will also vote on LUs 28, the technical correction of a previously adopted resolution and related to property in my district. Council Resolution number 753 of 2009 was approved in order to facilitate the construction of the Belmont Cove project. The resolution approved the City Planning Commission decision regarding application C190051 PPX, which approved the disposition of a non-residential city-owned property to a developer of HPD's choosing. Section 576-A2 of the New York State Private Housing Finance Law provides that a municipality may dispose of a real property to a housing development fund company without public auction or sealed bids, subject to certain notice and hearing requirements. Consistent with such law, the council held this hearing on January 14, 2019. HPD requests that the council amend the prior resolution by adding a paragraph stating, whereas on January 4th, 2019, HPD filed with the council its letter dated January 4th, 2019, requesting approval of a disposition of city-owned real property pursuant to section 576-A2 of the Private Housing Finance Law, and deleting a paragraph that refers Charter Section 197D and replacing it with the following new paragraph. Pursuant to Section 197D of the City Charter and on the basis of decision and application, and based on the environmental determination and consideration described in the report C190051 PPX, incorporated by reference herein, the council approves the decision of the City Planning Commission. Pursuant to Section 576-A2 of the Private Housing Finance Law, the council approves the sale of the disposition area to a developer to be selected by HPD. Council members who have questions or remarks should use the raise hand button. Are there any council members who wish to ask questions or speak? Council, do you see anyone with their hands up?
No, Chair, I see no members with hands up.
All right, I will now call a vote in accordance with the recommendations of the subcommittees and note that a vote of aye on all will be to adopt the following. To approve LUs 13, 14, 15, and 28, and to approve the modifications I've described, LU 16, 17, 26, and 27. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Good afternoon, William Martin, Committee Clerk, roll call vote, Committee on Land Use. All items are coupled. Chair Salamanca.
Aye on all.
Moya.
Aye and all.
Thank you. Rivera.
I vote aye.
Thank you. Lewis.
I vote aye.
Thank you. Riley.
I don't know.
Got it. Brooks Powers.
Aye on all.
Botcher.
Aye and all.
Thank you. Hanks.
Aye on all.
Thank you. Kagan.
Aye on all.
Thank you. Krishnan.
Aye and all.
Sanchez.
Aye on all.
Thank you. One moment. Borelli.
I vote aye, thank you.
Thank you. By a vote of 12 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions, all items have been adopted by the committee. And I believe you can close you can close, Mr. Chair, at your convenience.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. I would like to thank the members of the public, my colleagues, land use and council staff, and the Sergeant of Arms for attending